So I bought a new tool. It's something I wanted for a very long time, and I finally bought one. As you can see, there is some assembly required on this one. But before I put it together, I wanted to give you a little bit of backstory. So one of my dreams has always been I wanted to buy a big farmhouse with lots of rooms and then have different craft rooms. And for sure, one of those rooms was going to have a loom in it. I don't know why, there's just something about it that intrigues me. It's the scale of things, it's the intricacy, the detail and the roughness. There's just a lot of levels to it, so I've always wanted one. And the beginning of this year, I went to Norway. I got to help someone do a little bit of work on their loom, putting some new thread on it. And suddenly it clicked in my brain of like, why am I waiting for the house to get the loom? Housing prices, everything, the house is not anywhere near in sight right now, but why wait? Why not get the loom? So I looked online. I found a used one that has all of the features that I want, because there's a lot of different types of looms, but they'll each be able to do different things. And of course I have ideas and I have dreams of what I want to make. And I don't want to be limited by the loom. So instead of doing the reasonable thing and starting small and building my way up, I just bought the big one right away. Yeah, so I think first things first, let me put it together and then we'll take it from there. Okay, so I cleared this corner of my living room where it's going to live. So I first have to take everything out of this corner so that I can start building it. When I took this apart at the lady I bought it from, I was clever enough to put some labels on things, so I should be able to figure out how things go back together. Alright, I just have the two big side frame pieces now in the corner that everything else is going to slot into. I'm going to start by putting some of this felt, sticky felt on the bottom of the feet. To protect my floors, but I'm also hoping that I'll still be able that way to slide it around when it's put together, so I can sort of position it in the right place. I've done that before on some really heavy things and it actually worked quite well, so I'm hoping it'll do the trick this time too. Oh, and I'm gonna take some wet wipes and wipe everything down, just make sure everything's nice and clean as well. Alright, there are 3 beams that connect the two sides together that have a rod and a thread and nuts on it, so those have to go in first. Once those are in, everything else sort of slots into place. So this is the trickiest part, I think, because it's just me. I think I'm going to put them all 3 in one side first, and then try to slide the other end onto it. Clean as I go. Okay, change of plans, because this one goes all the way across the top. I don't want it hanging there. I'm going to try to loosely put in that side already and see if I can leave enough wiggle room to slide this one in between when it's already a bit more stable. Alright, that's done. My arms were just long enough. The rest should be easier because they just sort of slot into place. So let's go. Alright, this one's next. It's to go on here. Is this the right side? No, I don't think this is the right side. Ah. Alright, the main frame is here. I just need to put all of the little things and the moving parts in it now. I'm not sure what the right order for that is, but I'm just gonna start somewhere. And I think I'll start with the pedals, the ones that you move with your feet. Alright, things are hanging, that's good. They're just in the wrong order, these are the wrong way around compared to those and things like that. I think I'm gonna keep it like this for now, get those connected so it's a bit less chaotic, and then I'll go layer by layer to try to straighten things out. Alright, there she is, all put together. This is really exciting. I had a bit of a struggle with all of the ropes and getting them untangled, but I think I got there in the end. This big bag of parts is actually so I can expand on the loom. So it's right now set up with 4 shafts, which help you make the patterns in your weaving. But I have everything I need to bring it up to 8, which will give me a lot more opportunity to play around and experiment and make all sorts of nice patterns. I also have 10 pedals on this one. That's quite a good number, which again will help with pattern making and variation, so that should be really fun to play with. I should be able to go up to 1 meter wide, maybe a little bit more, and because of the strong frame I can really put a lot of tension on the thread and should be able to use a lot of different fibers and things like that, so really exciting to start playing with it. I just have to learn how to do it. Small detail. So this person I visited in Norway, she will be teaching a week-long class, but that's going to be in July. Of course, I don't have the patience to wait for that, so I'm going to start learning. I have some books, there's lots of videos online, so I'm going to start that way and then see how far I can get. Yeah, very exciting. One last thing is I want to give her a name. I want to make a little name flag and give her a name, so any suggestions for that are welcome. Other than that, that's it. Thanks for watching. Alright, one last thing. If you know me at all, if you followed me for any amount of time, you might know I like to start big. So I started with the big girl loom. I called it the one loom to rule them all because it does everything I wanted to do. And will want it to do in the future, but also the things I want to make. Of course, I want to make fabric to sew with. And I am very, very tempted to skip all of the normal practice projects, skip all the scarves and tea towels and just go straight for that. It comes with a high risk, but it's how I've learned things in the past and it might be how I'm gonna do it now. But first I'm gonna read all the books and watch all the videos. And maybe then I'll change my mind, we'll see. But you know I'm gonna go big with this and I'm very excited.